A huge ovation, understandably so. Cut from the cloth of excellence, indeed, are Terrell and Terence Hughes, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you keeping score, of course, they are twins, and I have it on good authority. It's Terrell in the white and Terence in the black knee pads and boots. That's the only real way you could probably distinguish these two gentlemen. Twin magic, ladies and gentlemen, here at Britking Pro for the very first time. And obviously my apologies if at any point I do get that wrong. Of course, the internet will no doubt have no problem letting me know in due course. Everyone likes a whinge, don't they, on their vlog? TNT looking to establish themselves here, and already rampant favourites on this short but rather illustrious tour of Europe. They've smashed through Germany, Sweden, Scotland, and now are here in Wales, ladies and gentlemen, after, of course, appearing in England as well. They're in Swindon here for Britking Pro, so, of course, the Britking Pro audience know exactly what they're in for. TNT, Smash Mouth Professional Wrestling. If you love the Dudley Boys, boy, yeah, you're going to love TNT. And no prizes for guessing the finisher of TNT. Look out for the 3D. And Chris Bronson and Saxon Huxley certainly will not want to fall foul of that. Chris Bronson immediately looking to take a break here, asking for a timeout before things even start. Obviously, mind games here from the Britking Pro Heavyweight Champion, Saxon Huxley. The Muscle Cat himself, the destroyer of professional wrestling, just stalking ringside like a rabid animal. There's something very different about Saxon Huxley that no other professional wrestler seems to really get a handle on. There's something truly caveman, Neanderthal-esque about Saxon Huxley, but he's actually a very intelligent, a very learned individual, and is truly a student of the professional wrestling game. And Chris Bronson is going to make Terence and Terrell, TNT, the Kingpins, El Fuego of professional wrestling, just wait a little bit. Trying to make these guys sweat a little bit, but let's be honest, if you're the sons of a Hall of Famer like Devon Dudley, you're going to be wise to the game. You would have learned from the very best the world has ever had to offer, ladies and gentlemen. Now here we go, Chris Bronson. Look at the start of this matchup against what I believe is Terrell Hughes. And Terrell here with the headlock applied to Chris Bronson. This is going to be really interesting because tag team cohesion, you've got to think TNT would have the advantage, but when it comes to experience and obviously high profile matchups, none more so than Chris Bronson, the Britking Pro Heavyweight Champion, not to mention Saxon Huxley, one of the most well-travelled and dominant heavyweights of all time. Chris Bronson and Saxon Huxley offering a tremendous amount of power, not to mention speed. Chris Bronson really knows how to kick in a gear. Big clothesline attempt. Terrell ducks that. Lovely standing drop kick. Beautiful athleticism and a lovely arm drag takeover as well by Terrell to Chris Bronson. Now Chris Bronson already in trouble, and obviously in tag team wrestling, expect to see these two tag teams try and cut off one half of the ring, and knowledge drop across the chest. And TNT no strangers to Chris Bronson, and certainly looking to get that pound of flesh here this afternoon in Cardiff. Beautiful rolling Death Valley driver of sorts there by Terrell. Now Terence is in, ladies and gentlemen. Fireman's carry and just rolled right over the top of Chris Bronson. Now the legal man in this matchup is Terence Hughes, and a knife-edge chop lining up the chest of Chris Bronson. God damn. Well, the Dudley Boys hit like freight trains, and it certainly looks like that lineage is going to continue. No doubt. Beautiful monkey flip there. Sends Terrell crashing into Chris Bronson. He's now the legal man once again, or is he? Not sure if there was a tag or not. I don't think Saxon Huxley cares about any kind of tag. Goes for two double clothesline attempts. And TNT here, very smart, using their extra athleticism to try and maintain some sort of separation, but Saxon Huxley just runs right through both men with that double clothesline, and there's the power element. Nobody more powerful in this matchup than Saxon Huxley. A chest like an atlas stone, and a mean streak a mile long as Saxon Huxley just crushing one half of TNT in the corner. Terrell looking far worse for wear here. Now Terence very smartly able to escape, and That's the clothesline. Does Terrell. Shoulder tackle. Nothing doing. Shoulder tackle from Terrence as well. And both of these men trying to knock down the giant oak that is Saxon Huxley. And it looks like 2 is better than 1 in that equation. Lovely double flying shoulder tackle from TNT. Takes down Saxon Huxley. Very rare you see Saxon Huxley on his back in any position in professional wrestling, regardless of where he is. Irish whip now. And Nadia Sapphire looking to help Chris Bronson, dare I say, save him from what I believe was an attempt at a 3D, and you don't want to suffer at the hands of TNT, because if they hit that 3D, it will be game over. Chris Bronson once again looking for a timeout, and I do believe there's going to be a little bit of a team meeting here involving the Kingdoms, Nadia Sapphire, Chris Bronson, and of course their hired gun for this afternoon, Saxon Huxley. Chris Bronson certainly not impressed as this crowd are all over the Kingdom and Saxon Huxley here with chance of TNT. And all 3 of them taking their sweet time. Tag team matchup, ladies and gentlemen, officiated by the King of Enhancement, Drew Robinson. Well, obviously a game plan which they will be looking to enact in due course in this tag team matchup. And there's Sapphire already getting in the face of our referee here, Drew Robinson. Now, TNT quite happy to just sit here and wait. Saxon Huxley just stalking around at ringside. Big man is, I have no idea what he's up to. Seems to have his eyes on something. Oh, wait a minute. Chris Bronson, I believe, pulling Terrell off of the ring apron. An absolute cheap shot there, and that gives Saxon Huxley the opportunity to lay waste to Terrence here in this matchup. TNT have just been jumped from behind. Classic Kingdom technique. I'm hardly surprised. And that's obviously what that little team meeting was for outside. And now the Kingdom and Saxon Huxley, Chris Bronson and Saxon Huxley, should I say, looking to maintain a serious advantage, and a headbutt from Saxon Huxley will gain any advantage in professional wrestling. And well, there's a lot of fight and a lot of spirit here on display from TNT, and Terrell obviously extremely concerned with what's happening to his twin brother here in this matchup. Terrence Hughes getting worn out by Chris Bronson with that strike to the midsection. Snap, suplex applied by Bronson. Beautifully applied, and now a breakup there, tag team synergy. Terrell wasting very little time getting into the ring to break up that pinfall. Chris Bronson now, Nadia Sapphire getting her pound of flesh as well at ringside, and we saw just how devastating the Kingdom can be at ringside in the matchup before this, when Nadia Sapphire used Prince Phoenix as a perfect distraction to pick up a rather dubious victory over Carla Nemes, as Chris Bronson certainly is enjoying the fruits of her labour. Terrence isolated here on half of TNT. But if anything has been passed down along with that generational talent, is no doubt that ability to fight through the pain like no other. Devon Dudley and Bubba Ray, of course, the Dudley boys, very, very famous for being able to absorb an astonishing amount of punishment in a glorious, glorious career that has spanned multiple decades. Now the torch has been passed to these 2 young men to carry the legacy not only of their father's name, but also his. Oh, come on, Saxon Huxley dragging Terrell Hughes off of the apron once again, and now DDT to the leg of Terrence by Chris Bronson. Now Saxon Huxley very happy with his handiwork. And once again, Chris Bronson and Saxon Huxley maintaining control, and that is very smart. Isolating the left leg of Terrence, of course. No ability to post up for a 3D if you can't stand. Kick to the midsection by Saxon Huxley, a man who makes the methodical look maniacal. An absolute beast, a leviathan of the sport. Chris Bronson just barking the orders here. Scoop slam applied by Saxon Huxley. The darkness and the sheer ferocity of Saxon Huxley on display here. I've got to give them credit, whether they've done it the right way or not. Chris Bronson and Saxon Huxley have done a masterful job. This is tag team wrestling defined perfectly, isolating Terrence Hughes here, one half of the kingpins of professional wrestling in TNT. And now Snake Eyes delivered, and Saxon Huxley with a big old short arm clothesline, knocks down Terence Hughes and garners a 2 count. Well, Chris Bronson chastising our head official here, Drew Robinson, asking him to count quicker. Bottom line is no one will know how to count more unbiasedly than Drew Robinson, ladies and gentlemen. But obviously the story here is the sheer dissection and methodical takedown. Ever since that little meeting on the outside, it has been nothing but Chris Bronson and Saxon Huxley in this matchup, and Terence Hughes being absolutely dissected here at the hands of Chris Bronson, being choked against the ropes. And once again, the referee being distracted, and both Saxon Huxley and Nadia Sapphire getting their pound of flesh, and TNT in serious trouble here in this tag team matchup. And this crowd here in Cardiff getting frustrated with what they see, but it's nothing Drew Robinson can do. So many elements here around the ring, not to mention Nadia Sapphire, of course. Outside of the ring, Chris Bronson with a clubbing forearm. Nothing fancy about that. The Stallion, one of the best athletes in the world today, but not above just drilling his opponent in the spine, keeping it nice and simple. Talk about a terrifying combination. Saxon Huxley and the Britking Pro Heavyweight Champion Chris Bronson, who is just whipping Terence from pillar to post here in this matchup. Irish whip attempt once again, but this time the brakes have been applied once again as well. And now a stiff right hand right to the jaw. Irish whip attempt once again, countered, overhead, belly to belly suplex. Wow, impressive offense there from TNT, ladies and gentlemen. And Terrell at ringside certainly is loving it, recognises the opportunity to rally the troops. Some separation here for TNT. Got to make the tag though. Does so to his twin brother. Here we go. Terrell Hughes back in the game. Lovely roaring back elbow. Knocks Saxon Huxley off of the apron. Blind shoulder tackle to Chris Bronson. And the pace quickens here as TNT is in the ascendancy. Lovely Hurricane Runner snapped off there by Terrell here in this matchup. TNT looking to put an exclamation point on what has been a masterful tour of Europe, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Bronson gets caught coming in. Beautiful spinning power slam there, delivered by Terrell. Now Saxon Huxley breaking up a pinfall attempt. Saxon Huxley just an absolute rabid animal. Goes for a double clothesline, receives a double super kick for his troubles. Look out, double flapjack applied. TNT with the tag team's energy, and this is what they bring to the game like no other. Chris Bronson pulling the ropes down, sending Terence to the outside, catches Terrell in the midsection. Beautiful athleticism, lands on his feet, coming in, ducks the clothesline, ducks the back elbow, picks up a head of steam and a big old spear, cuts one half of TNT, quite literally in half. Oh no, bad times are coming. Shook, slam delivered by Saxon Huxley to Terrell Hughes. That may very well be that. Pinning combination, hook and a leg by Chris Bronson, and somehow one half of TNT, Terrell able to kick out and keep this matchup going. But Chris Bronson and Saxon Huxley absorbed so much ferocious punishment there. A rabid flurry of offense from TNT. And Chris Bronson and Saxon Huxley, with a click of their fingers, able to completely derail that momentum of TNT and back in the ascendancy here. Double Irish whip, countered by Terrell, got him coming in. And now Chris Bronson's turn to go over the top rope. Oh, Saxon Huxley has Terrell caught. Look out, looking for that big old bomb that he likes to deliver. And now both TNT drilling this bigger man, looking to chop down the big old oak tree that is Saxon Huxley, who breaks through. And now look out, 3D delivered. That's the beautiful finisher of TNT. Talk about a generational finisher. And now, Chris Bronson now, Irish whip, Chris Bronson, leapfrog, trying to escape, but another 3D delivered by TNT. The hook of the leg and the generational talents have gone over on the Kingdom's Chris Bronson and Saxon Huxley here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, an absolutely stunning matchup here in Cardiff. Take a bow, TNT, every bit as advertised. The world-class generational talents, and no doubt Devon Dudley will be extremely impressed when he gets a chance to watch that matchup. A stunning matchup and a stunning win here for TNT over no less than the Britking Pro Heavyweight Champion Chris Bronson. And what